we don't know anything. We're just monkeys trying to understand something. Come along with us and maybe we'll still know nothing. We're the honest honkies.
Welcome back to our informational podcast.
Welcome back to you.
You know, in running all of our social media accounts, it's always funny to put in the bio of, like, what this is. And I'm like trying to explain it in a sentence, and I'm like,
Unaltered truth.
Intellectual thoughts.
Intellectual thinkers of our generation.
The thought leaders of the world.
So, we have an X now?
We have an X?
Yeah. That's what
Oh, yes. Sorry.
I assume that's what you're talking about.
It's such a weird social media name that even I hear X and don't know what it is.
It's still called a tweet, though.
Yeah.
Is it just in limbo that...
Dude, the best part about
Crazy.
Elon is that he knows when he kind of messed up or is kind of stupid. Because he posted, he's like, if anybody has a better idea than an X, help
Did
us
he really?
out. Yes. He's like, it makes no sense. I guess you can still call it a tweet.
He just likes the letter, I think.
Well, it's not that he likes the letter. It's actually... He does like the letter. But it is the most genius thing ever. Because X in math means pretty much anything. Like, X can be anything. Like, X equals.
That also means multiply.
It also means multiply. But basically, the reason why he got it is because X can be anything, and that's what he wants X ultimately to be. Which I feel like people don't fully grasp. They don't fully grasp that X is either going to be awesome or the mark of the beast. Because I think that's literally the way that it's going. Because what does he want X to be? He wants X to be social media. He wants it to be payment processing, just like PayPal was, but all in one place. He
Yeah.
wants it to be all forms of video entertainment, so get rid of YouTube, which is not the same as social media. He wants it to be, he's working on doing audio now too. Like I saw Andrew Tate posted a weird like audio clip, so it'll be like podcasting. It's going to be what he actually envisions of X. I don't think people are grasping.
Well, I think when he first talked about that idea, there's something like that exists in China. I don't know what it's called, but it's like the same idea where it's like you just do everything through this one app.
Which, I'm not going to lie, does not sound that bad.
It sounds cool on paper, for sure.
But it also might be the mark of the beast, bro.
Yeah. It could definitely go wrong.
That might be the thing. So, it's also going to be AI. Sorry, forgot about.
Dude, AI is in everything. I mean, I'm not surprised.
What do you think? Okay, so if
I had an AI salesman come up to me.
there's no way.
Well, he actually didn't come up to me. I was at the gym
Did
yesterday.
you invest more?
I was at the gym and I was I was just doing my sets and this guy comes up to me and he's like, sorry to interrupt. And then I immediately remembered who he was because I had met him before, but I forgot his name. It was something really weird, like Cujo or something. And,
Okay.
And I was like,
And was he a bigger, like,
well, he had
was
good
he only in
size.
the gym to sell, or did he have muscle on him?
It's a muscle, but you could tell he's a salesman, like, 'cause he got the smile and he's like,
Yeah, he was wearing a suit in
you
the
know,
gym.
yeah, and he was like, sorry to interrupt, with this huge smile, pearly whites looking at me, and I'm like, trying to remember his name in that moment because I know I met him before, and he's like, you're the photographer, right? And I felt really bad because I was like, I don't remember anything about you, and so I was like, yeah, that's me.
It's so slimy.
And this was like months ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I was surprised you remembered that. And then I asked him, I was like, remember your name? And then I asked him what he did, and that was like a huge mistake.
Yeah, he's like, let me tell you about it.
Well, no. I asked him what he did, and he was like, I'm in sales. I'm a salesman. And then I made the mistake. I was like, what do you sell?
Dang, you opened the devil's door.
Yeah. So he's like, I sell AI solutions and all this stuff. And I was like, whoa. And I was just like, basically, I guess that market's booming now. And he was like, and he went into the whole spiel about his whole sales thing. And I was like, I don't need AI.
So what, can you tell us, like, what exactly he tried to sell you? Because I'm curious. Like,
he didn't really try to sell me. He was
what
just,
kind of thing did he tell you about the product? Did it sound interesting
well,
at all?
that's the thing. You know, like, just take e-commerce, for example. Somebody tries to, like, get you on board working for them for e-commerce.
Yeah.
They give you all of these buzzwords that mean nothing to you.
They always say you'll make $10,000 a month.
To the average person, all these words mean nothing. And that actually happened to me too. But he was doing that. He was throwing out all these words. I had no idea what they meant.
No capital. You're like,
yeah.
I know
like,
what it is.
Like AI solutions, like I don't even know what that involves. And he kept throwing out these words, and I was like, Can I get back to my workout at this point? But he was like a super nice guy. He's like, thanks for letting me use your weights. Let me know if you need anything. And I'm like, okay, thank you. Like your pleasure. I don't know. But yeah, it was very strange. But I never met an AI salesman before, and I didn't even know it was a thing. So.
Well, he's going to your gym, so he can't be doing that well.
Yeah, our sauna's broken right now.
Your gym is... It might be the most sardine-packed gym I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's so crammed, dude. I hate it.
I literally have never seen... Like, you have to do bicep curls right next to another dude. And you guys are both kind of rubbing forearms on the ups and downs.
I mean, that's any, commercial gym chain, really. But if you want to work out, in a kind of secluded one, dude, you're paying like $80 a month.
I work out with Bradley Martin. Me and him. It's pretty much just me and him in the gym.
Oh, yeah.
It's just us.
Was he like, man, how'd you get those shoulders on you?
No, he usually goes, hey, don't tell anybody you're using our supplements. He wants me to be a reverse ambassador.
Okay.
Please don't tell anybody you'll look like this. If you're on Bradley Martin 10X supplements.
Oh, man.
I think one thing that is... Because I'm going to be honest, dude. I'm getting it. I got, like, furious today thinking about AI. And
When are you not furious about AI?
Well, because, no, in the past I've been kind of hype with it, but today I got furious with it.
Talking about Google?
No, not Google. I got furious thinking about, I guess it's not proven, but I'm pretty sure it's probably the way it's going to go. Because it makes a lot of sense to me. It seems like they are setting up,
Who's they?
Dude, that's a good question. The they is very unknown. The globalists are setting up a... That's what Alex Jones would say.
I don't listen to him.
But it seems like whatever powers it may be are setting up AI. And I was listening to Joe Rogan and Ray Kurzweil, something. Did you listen to that one?
Mm-mm.
He's a dude that is one of the first people to work on AI and just an overall technologist, somebody like develops stuff. But he was working on AI like 65 years ago. And I was like, I don't even know how that's possible. Well, that sounds cool, I guess.
That's insane.
And he was talking about it, and he just kept like bringing up different things. And I was like, I started realizing that he's like, you're going to go to this whenever you have a question. For anything. He said large language models is a stupid name for it because it does more than just language. It can prescribe medicine to you. You enter in your symptoms. You say, hey, I got runny nose, bloody butt. Hook me up.
Mm-hmm.
And I started thinking about that. And I was like, oh my goodness. They're literally destroying truth in the world today. Right? Like at every corner, they're destroying truth. They're saying...
AI?
No. They're saying a woman is a man, and you're like, no, that seems like the most obvious thing that could ever be. They're attacking truth on all fronts. What else are they doing besides a woman as a man? They're
I know what
saying.
you're saying. What do you mean by, like, what's your point?
Well, then I was thinking about it. Well, guess what? AI is coming right after they're destroying all this truth as what I think they're going to make the one truth.
Mm. I heard about that. Wait, I think I read this when you wrote it down. I know what you're saying.
We have our little notes that we like to write our ideas down.
You're saying that there's going to be, like, Elon's making X to be, like, the main thing that everybody does everything with. There's going to be kind of an equivalent to that with AI, where AI was just going to be, like, it'll be the gold standard of truth will be AI, and whatever it says is true.
I don't know how the architecture itself is actually going to work out. I don't know if, Google's AI is going to be the one that they promote as, like, the daddy god AI. It's going to be like, everybody has to respect this one. Mm-hmm. But it seems to me like they're going to start to make this argument. Like, they're going to start saying, okay, the AI has all of the information on all of the internet. Therefore, it has everybody's thoughts, which is not exactly true, but that's what they're going to say. And they're going to say, so with all of human intelligence combined, whatever answer it gives us is going to be the best possible answer. And so everybody's going to bow down and worship whatever this literally a magic 8-ball spits out at us.
Yeah, but that's what you're saying, and that's not good because there's obviously going to be somebody behind the curtain pulling the strings.
That's one factor. The other factor is it's going to.
I mean, it sounds like a good idea on paper.
Huh?
Sounds like a good idea on paper, right? Because you're like, it kind of makes sense how you got all these. Like you just said, they got all the information on the internet, and if you can filter all that to just get to the answer that's the truth, then it makes sense.
I don't know if that's exactly how humans work. I don't think humans work on an answer-based system, because you're going to really have to stick with me here. But it's like, how many answers are there in the Bible that are, like, simple? Like, there are extremely simple answers in the Bible, but that's also not how Jesus taught. Mm-hmm. Jesus also talked in, like, parables and stuff, and things are complicated.
It's really funny you brought that up because I was reading Mark 4 yesterday, and, like, I've been reading different books here and there, like, all the way through, and when I was reading John, like, he hardly ever just gave, like, Jesus hardly ever gave, like, a straight up, this is what I'm saying and this is why I said it. Yeah. But in Mark 4, he straight up says it. So, like, his apostles were like, what does this mean? And he's like, this is what it means. And I was like, this is such a relief that he said this, because it's like 99% of the time he's always, you have to interpret it and you have to figure out what it says. But when he actually tells you what it says, you're like, oh.
Yeah, and there's definitely times where you can give a straight up answer. And it's like a good thing to give a straight up answer.
Yeah, but it's also good to think through things and figure it out.
That's the thing. It's when you bring in the answering machine, it's going to take away all the debate. Mm-hmm. It's going to take away all the thought. It's going to take away all of our processing power. Yeah. And we're not going to have.
We've already touched on all of this. I mean, we've touched on this, like, that issue, or not the issue, but the conversation you had with your coworker about writing an email through AI.
Yeah.
The same thing, right?
But the reason why I got so furious at it today is because it's not even a new game plan. Like, it's, once again, humans are trying to assemble all of us together to make ourselves the smart ones, and to take reliance off of, like, God, and we're trying to put the reliance back on us, which is literally the exact same thing as the Tower of Babel. Like, the main theme behind the Tower of Babel was we were all had one language, and we were all together, and so we used all of our knowledge, which is just, our broken knowledge of the world, things that we don't even understand fully. We put it together, and God's like, no, dude.
Yeah, if you act or pretend like you're God, then that's not good. for you.
Yeah. And the best idea we came up was make a tower. We didn't even do a big farm. We just made a tall building.
Good idea on paper. Build the heaven.
Okay, that is actually amazing that literally every brain was together and they're like,
how can we be God?
How can we get to God? Well, he's always said he's in the heavens, so up we go, bro.
We go up there. Yeah. Crazy, dude. It's scary. No other way to state it.
So I think I might start denying AI. I don't know.
Denying?
Yeah, I might start doing protest.
Okay. Well, I took out my stocks in it. So.
Did you really?
Yeah, but it wasn't for like. It was actually booming when I took it out. I was kind of mad.
So you made money?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't sell low. No.
Okay, well, with what I'm saying in mind, what do you think? Should we? Because like after thinking about this, I'm really thinking about like being hard against it, like hard against AI. Like I've never had that feeling before.
Well, look, it's not. I'm not saying you should do this.
Give me a straight answer. I'm gonna shake you. You.
All right. Give me a straight shoot.
Yeah, give me a straight one.
I like the idea that AI can be used as like a personal assistant. And by personal, I mean like personal. So it's like you have your own AI.
Okay.
And it knows you.
Yeah.
But then again, you got, I mean, there's risk to everything, but it's like.
Yeah, bro. What if you start touching it?
It's how?
I don't know.
The touch the computer?
Okay.
Get its USB port?
Yeah.
No, it's like, I mean, that idea seems cool. Like, it knows your schedule and it knows all this stuff, but like, I don't know. Like you said, asking questions to AI just to get a straight answer without thinking about it yourself. It's just like, and I've been guilty of it.
Yeah.
Everybody has, yeah.
You doing an AI question? What kind of AI question you doing?
I don't know. I mean, you want me to look up my most recent?
Yes, bro.
I'm really scared.
it's bro, it's gonna be something wild. You're gonna be asking like, did JFK assassinate himself or?
What did I ask it last? Oh, blast radius of the SAR bomb.
No way.
Yep.
You don't be using it very often. I've used AI 20 times since then.
No wonder you hate it.
I don't hate it.
You're on the front lines of AI.
I don't hate it. The thing is, I love it. But now that I'm thinking about what they could possibly do, and I don't know who they is, but I feel like we got to start playing chess because it feels like.
Well, AI can beat you in chess. You seen that video?
Dang, bro.
Dude, hold up. Did you see that video? Okay, I want to move on to the next thing, but this one's super cool. So I watched this video that OpenAI, the makers of ChatGPT,
yeah.
They put out a video of this AI. They built a robot, so it can like move and it has hands and stuff.
Yeah.
And it had like this human was asking this robot AI to do different things with these items that were in front of him. So he had like a dish rack, for like with like plates. It had like a trash bin with some trash, and he like poured the trash out. And he's like, "Oh, put up the trash." And he's like, "All right." And he like picks up all the trash everywhere, and he's like putting all the stuff. It's like, man, that's like crazy because we're like not far from having that as like a robot maid in the house, just to like do all your chores for you.
Dude, I saw a freaking. I don't know if I showed you that. I showed my wife. I saw a robot bathroom cleaner.
A Roomba?
It was a big Roomba. It was a Roomba, but it also had like a kind of a crane wand on the top, and it went in there, and it cleaned the bathroom like a newborn baby. Like, when the baby pops out of the womb, and they grab it by the legs, and they just slap it on the table, and they wipe it down. Have you ever seen those crazy videos?
No.
Dude, whenever a baby gets born, it's all like gross and it's got a bunch of like placenta and stuff on it.
Oh, don't say that word, bro. Ew.
Placenta or whatever.
Oh.
And But dude, they flop it on a table and they wipe it down with like wet rags.
So
and
it was cleaning like he was wiping down a baby?
Yes, bro. It went in there and it started wanding the toilet seat. It started wanding the sink and everything.
That's funny.
And he's doing it quick, obviously.
Yeah.
But it was just, it was like for a hospital. So it's just going in bathroom after bathroom. Just
When you think about it, I mean, today,
smashing them down.
like, Roombas are kind of, like, common.
Yeah, they're
right?
kind of old.
They're common. And, like, you know, people back in the 50s were like, man, I wish something could vacuum this place for me. You know? Like, they probably think that's, like, alien technology now.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll think, you know, AI won't be so foreign to us in 50 years.
Oh, no shot it'll be foreign. I mean, I literally, now I think about it, when a Roomba came out, I was like, that's not even real life. Like, the first time I saw it, I was like, there's no way the robot just, like, can map your house. And now I'm like, how could it not? That seems like such an easy thing.
Yeah. That's true. Anyway. We didn't even get to your trip. You want to talk about your trip?
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm back. In case you guys didn't tell last week, that wasn't me.
Yeah. Surprise.
Surprise.
It wasn't him.
I'm back from the Netherlands, bro.
He was in the Nether.
I was down there. I was checking out the Europeans. I was seeing what they were up to.
How are they?
They're interesting, you know?
They're interesting?
Yeah, I had a couple observations.
Okay.
So
wait, how close is Netherlands to Germany? I don't know anything about Europe.
Okay, Netherlands is pretty much the most northern part of Europe, kind of.
Oh, really?
On the western side. It is. I was actually at one point.
So it's not close to Germany.
At one point, I was probably only like 30 minutes from Germany on a train.
Okay. So you were close to Germany.
Yeah, it's close.
I don't know anything.
I was really close because we went all the way down to Etten-Leur, which is pretty much one of the bottommost towns of the Netherlands.
Okay.
Which is also weird because after I got home, on the trip, I realized we took a train to 3 different cities, and I was like, we didn't go over the whole country, but we went over most of it.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that because in my brain, I'm like going to another country is like going to another like country.
Yeah.
But Netherlands is not even the size of Texas, is it?
Dude, we did a picture. You might want to look this up because it's wild.
Where you can drag a state over a portion of the map, see how big it is compared to other countries that you're talking about?
Well, we look up Texas compared to Europe. Look up this picture. Whatever you have in your mind, you're about to get blown. Because when I looked it up,
I think I've seen this before.
I was like, oh, shoot. I was like, oh, dude, this one. That's all of Europe, bro. That's the North Sea.
I mean, where's Netherlands?
Germany, Netherlands.
Oh my! It's so small.
Yes. I mean,
what? Dude, that's literally just Dallas.
And I don't know. Let me try to explain this for the podcast.
The entirety of Netherlands is just the Dallas DFW area.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes, it's a very weird experience. France has way too much space. We need to take some land back for no reason. Poland didn't even know it was a country. Let's be honest.
What's that one in the middle right here?
Germany or which one?
This one.
Austria?
Switzerland?
Oh, in the middle of Switzerland.
That's dumb.
And so, dude, going over there, it's a whole different experience because, honestly, instead of countries, they're almost like
mini states.
They're almost like states with obviously bigger differences.
Yeah.
And so.
Okay, because I always kind of wonder, like, you know, the European countries, they're always talking about going on trains and like using trains to get around, and
dude,
like, man,
that'd
take forever. But I'm thinking like, no, that's chill.
The longest train ride I had was like under an hour,
really,
or something.
And is it cheap? Like, what's the ratio?
Yeah, I think it was for like the longest ride. It was like $25, $20. And I mean, in perspective, to go all the way across your country almost, that's pretty dang cheap.
Yeah.
You know?
Kind of. I'm thinking about that in, like, Texas terms. Because if you're going on, like, far east, like, kind of where Farmersville is, and then all the way over to, like, on the other side of Fort Worth, You could probably do that for less than $25, I would think.
Yeah, I think cars are definitely cheaper. Like, distance, like, for the same equivalent distance as, like, a train.
Yeah.
But the way they just have it set up there is that's the one thing I didn't realize, is the Europe has a lot of their transport, I'd say, pretty well done. Like, whenever we got in the cities, they have the trams and the buses. And
Is that what you took?
Yeah. And I literally...
You had to pay?
Yeah, I had to pay.
Really?
And, dude, it's so chill. If you have the Apple Pay, you like double tap your power button and your wallet comes up. You just ding it on the way in and ding it on the way off, and you pay for the distance you went. And it's like that on the tram, the buses, everything but the trains, because the trains are a little bit more expensive.
So were you... How... I don't know how that works, because it's like... What, like, were you rich when you were there? Like, what's the ratio of the quid? What do they use?
The quid.
The netherite ingots?
The euros.
Okay.
Euros.
So they use euros. So what, I'm trying to think. Because you obviously... Did you have to get a hold of your credit card company? Let them know that you were there? Or, like, how does that work?
No, my credit card... It depends on what you have. But my credit card... there's no... It's kind of insane how easily it works. Because I swipe my credit card. It has no foreign transaction fees. And so... I'll swipe, and the receipt will say, like, $36, and then I'll get a notification in 2 seconds on my phone that says, you spent $38, because they automatically do the whatever the currency difference is from euros to USD.
Wow.
And in, like, real time. And so I'm sure they're taking a little off the top, obviously.
Yeah.
But
it's pretty close. €1 is equal to $1.09.
yeah. So,
okay.
And the overall, it seemed to me, Grace didn't agree, but it seemed to me like things were pretty similarly priced. As far, I'd say food and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more, but not that much.
Yeah, but you said, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think, because you said it was really easy to do all this, like, to get around. It was kind of easy.
Yeah.
The transactions were pretty easy. I always think people always praise, kind of European countries for being, like, way better than America.
Dude, they do.
And I'm thinking, yeah, I think it'd be pretty easy to like, perfect a country if it was that small.
For sure.
There's not much you got to do.
And, like, a lot of people will give such unfair comparisons. Like, this is just an example. But my Australian family member would say, I don't understand why America, like, there's still weapons there. Like, it's such a bad thing to have guns and stuff. And it's like and the thing about Australia is there's no guns. Like, they just don't really exist. Like, the police have them, and it's not even a big thing for, like, criminals to have them. But also, what's a factor there? They're in the middle of nowhere. They're not bordered right next to Mexico. Mm-hmm. It's so easy for criminals here to get guns, so we have to be able to protect ourselves, right? Okay. And so there's different factors that you can't just, like, correlate things. Like with Europe, all their cities are super compact, so it also makes a lot more sense to have, like, all the public transportation and cleaner. Because let's be honest, dude, you get on the DART train here, you're gonna see a feller touching himself. There was none of that in Europe, but they don't let that happen there because the trains are more important there.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're touching yourself on the train, you're not getting back on the train.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking about this, like, I don't know, I thought it was a funny joke. Like, I told somebody last week that I work in Coppell.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, it's a nice, Coppell's nice, I like Coppell. And I was like, yeah, it's a nice area. And I was thinking about it afterwards, I was like, they're putting in, like, a DART train that go through there.
Good luck.
And like the station right there, and I'm like, yeah, it's not about to not be a nice place. Because you all know what happens on the Dart.
Dude, Dart at midnight is a scary place.
Oh, I bet.
And it's like, you know, the Dart's nothing compared to like the New York subway or something.
Yeah.
That, I mean,
Dude, they having to call in the National Guard. Hear about that?
No, but
They're
I saw
National Guards to go patrol the subways in New York because it's so bad.
I saw one video of a dude, like, it was obviously just like another, you know, a couple of brothers having a disagreement, let's be honest. I saw one dude pop another dude in the head, just right in front of everybody. Just pulled his gun out, right, and so everybody's on the train. Yeah, on Twitter. Mm-hmm. X. And everybody on the train instantly is, like, on the ground covering their heads like it's a tornado warning or something, thinking it's a mass shooter, but it's just, you know, brothers that...
Disgruntled person.
Yeah, disgruntled brothers. And I was just like, that would be the most insane reality ever. Because guess what, dude? You got work tomorrow. You got to get back on that subway because you definitely don't have a car.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a scary thing. I was just talking with somebody on Sunday, and they mentioned that they're about to graduate, and she was like, yeah, might move down back here, or I might move to New York.
Good luck, dude.
Why would anybody want to go there right now? People always talk about it like it's amazing. And
I like giving away half of my money.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's fun for me. I enjoy it.
Place has gone to crap.
Well, did you have any questions about Europe? Because I have some observations.
No, let's move on.
I have some observations about it, but I'm kind of interested.
I do have some questions.
Because it's such a weird, like you have so many preconceived things, but then you go there and you're like, oh, there's a lot of things that are weird, but there's also a lot of things that are the same people, you know?
Uh-huh.
And so also a lot of things that aren't any different.
Okay, so you were there for like a week.
A little over, yeah.
A little over a week. Did it feel long?
It felt like actually a really pretty good time.
So it was
pretty good amount of time.
Okay.
You got to
You didn't
settle
feel
in.
like, man, I wish I was home?
If I would have been one more day, I probably would have been like, man, this is kind of a little long.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
Actually, I don't know. If I would have gone home any sooner, I would have not felt probably worth it. So I think I hit a pretty good spot.
That's good. How was the jet lag?
Dude, when I got there, I felt like I was on drugs or something.
Really?
Because I left at...
It was like 3 p.m.?
I left the airport at like 12, like midday 12.
Here?
Here. And then I got there and it was like 8:30 in the morning. And so you're in the plane and you're like, how is it the same day?
That's so weird, yeah.
And so, dude, me and Grace were both just clapped out because it should have been like 9.
Dude, I wonder how those pilots are, those international pilots. I wonder how they deal with that.
Well, they don't.
Is it normal for them?
They have like certain amount of hours, so they don't, you know.
I guess.
They're not allowed to fly back the same day or anything like that. Or
true, yeah. Just falling asleep at the
pilots have a
wheel.
weird job, dude.
Yeah.
I saw
okay, so you weren't tired? I
No,
mean,
I
you were
was-
tired.
I was super
You're
clapped
very
out.
tired. So did you like sleep all day?
No, because like even though you're tired, if you sleep, then you're like you're gonna be screwed the next day.
Yeah.
So you just have to stay awake.
Wow.
And
Did
I
you stay awake all day long?
I tried to. I was going in and out, and Grace was hitting me in between. So,
She's more dedicated than you were.
Yeah, and so she was looking out for the better judgment for us, and
Okay.
but it's a very weird experience to just.
So what things were different? You said some things were different, some things were the same. What was different?
What was different? It's honestly
Are people shorter over there?
no.
Taller?
Yes.
Really?
Grace said I was supposed to get after you. The Dutch have like one of the highest average heights.
Oh, really?
There's one thing that you notice immediately when you get there. There is only healthy people, or only not obese people.
There's no fatties.
There's literally zero. It's the most insane thing ever to go there. And
well, because they don't have, like, carbs.
that's the only thing they have. That's what doesn't make any sense.
What?
You're like, I don't understand how this is possible. So either they have better food that doesn't have crap in it, or it's just the fact that they do so much exercise with, like, walking and biking. Because it's, like, pretty uncommon to use the car there unless you're going far.
Yeah, that's so crazy. That, like, I don't know. There's people that come to my work sometimes that are either live in New York or are from, like, Toronto, Canada. And they're always like, you got, like, I don't even own a car.
That's the weirdest thing.
It is so strange. Like, how do you function if you don't own a car? So, yeah, it's that part blows my mind.
Bro, they have parking garages there?
In Europe?
For the bikes. They have bike parking garages. It's such a weird, like, way of life.
Is there a lot of brick roads around there?
Oh, it's only brick, bro. They used all the bricks. There's no more bricks in the world.
There's no, like, pavement, no cement?
They used no concrete whatsoever. Which
Sidewalks
is
are
also
brick?
weird. Sidewalks are brick, everything, and also, dude, they're fancy with the brick. They'll do one color brick for the road, another color brick for the bike lanes because they got big bike lanes, and they'll do another for the bike. So a lot of times they don't even have to stripe them off. You just know by the bricks.
By the brick color?
You're like, dang, I'm on green brick right now. I should be good to go.
Any yellow brick? Any yellow brick roads?
Leads to the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that's in Kansas. Never mind. Wrong country.
So, that was weird. The healthy people was, like, very shocking.
They got same trees over there? Like normal trees?
They got pretty good trees over there. But we were in kind of towns a lot, so you don't see a lot of trees because it's just so compact. There's, like, no green.
Okay.
Which is also weird when you think about it.
Uh-huh. No green.
No green.
No green.
Like, no trees, hardly.
No fresh air.
No, it's pretty fresh because there's not, to be honest, there's not cars driving around. So it's not like a lot of smog or anything.
What do trains run on?
A lot of their trains are electric. They had the little thing above, like the little wires. So.
Yeah. Okay. And is this on the coast or something? Yeah, did y'all go up there?
No, that's the only place we didn't go to was the coast, which I'd like to see, but also they kind of looked like they had a kind of had a Galveston beach. Any of y'all been
Not
to
a good beach.
Yeah.
It's looking right at the UK, so
not
can't
the
be
best,
that good.
Not the best beach. I'll be honest.
All right.
So that was interesting. The healthy people,
tall, healthy people,
very
fit,
tall,
like attractive people. I mean, I know you're married, but like in general,
I would recommend for you to go there to find a healthy young lady to develop a family with.
Okay. Gotcha.
The other thing is, it's weird, but there's no homeless people. And you don't realize that there's no homeless people until there's none of them. And you're like, whoa. I'm in Amsterdam. I'm in, like, the biggest city right now. And there's no homeless people. Like, there's no freaky dude, like, touching himself.
In Amsterdam?
Yeah, it was weird. And so I was like, how?
Maybe they just hide them. Maybe the authorities just, like, push them, in, like, some dark corner or something.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I was like, is there a homeless light district? I was like,
homeless light district?
I was like,
it's just around the corner.
Yeah.
Tents. Just everywhere.
It's like, where are they, bro?
That's so funny.
And
well, I wouldn't have guessed that.
That's when I did the research. And I was like, where the home at? Or where the no homes at?
Mm-hmm.
Not here. I think it's either 48% or 50% of their housing is government housing.
So everybody's homeless. You just
so literally, half of the people are homeless.
You just can't see them.
Almost essentially. So it's like Section 8, like subsidized housing to where like bare minimum,
I don't know if that's more sad or not. It's kind of sad.
The thing that I really was just thinking about.
I don't know if I'd rather see him on the streets or not.
Well, I was just like thinking.
Half your country is homeless.
It is. It's such a weird like mental
It is.
thing because you're like, all right, well, people are taken care of, and they're not like, just pooping on the sidewalk, and they're not like, everybody's being clean on the train. There's not a dude tying one off and shooting up H on the train, and so I was like, that's kind of nice to have. It's kind of nice. But then you start to think, you're like, but also, all these people are paying 60% taxes.
Yeah,
that's kind of tough. They're kind of getting all their cows slaughtered right now. It was weird. It was like you get to see what the end result of like a completely controlled society is. And part of you is like, well, that's kind of nice. It's kind of nice that there's not any of the...
Yeah, but man, I don't want to get 60% of my money taken away.
60%'s rough.
That is very rough.
It's rough, dude.
Wow. Okay, so you got homeless people that are not homeless.
Yes.
Half the country. You got, I guess, homeless people are tall and healthy.
Dude, there's a lot of real skyscrapers over there. And
a lot of brick.
Huh?
A lot of brick. What else?
A lot of brick.
They got a good sunlight over there, like some good vitamin D.
No, dude. It is so cloudy over there.
Really?
We were, yeah. We actually got pretty lucky, and we had 3 or 4 days straight of sun, which is very uncommon to have. Like, usually it's cloudy as heck.
Raining? Did it rain?
And the last 2 days we were there, it was kind of pretty much raining and on and off and cloudy.
Yeah.
And that's when you start to be like, oh, dang, this is kind of cold and kind of unpleasant.
Yeah. You're too used to the hot summer nights.
Yeah. And so it was a very interesting experience.
Mm-hmm.
I keep thinking to myself, I'm like, would I rather live here or would I rather live there? And it's like, obviously at the end of the day, I would always rather the option to be free and at least to
be free. Yeah.
Like, free speech is such a big thing. Like, you literally, I mean,
yeah.
The guy in one of the chair members in Belgium or whatever, some politician in Belgium. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
He was in a group chat where they were sending. The boys were having a little too much fun in the group chat, and they were sending some racist memes. They were sending a couple Hitler memes and stuff. And he got sent to jail for a year for participating in hate speech. And I was like, that would be such an insane reality.
Yeah.
But dude, if you
Gotta
get a
delete my messages now.
You get a little too loose with the lads, bro, and sling one too many memes.
Man, yeah, that's definitely not something I want to experience. All right, I have a question for you. So, when you were there, did you feel like you were like? Did you get the feeling you were far away from home, like you were alone?
I was alone.
Like
no.
you were just
well,
like,
no,
man, I'm far. Like, if I needed like emergency help from like somebody I know, I can't get it.
That didn't even cross my mind one
Really?
ounce, which is interesting that it didn't.
Yeah,
But
I was in Maine and that happened to me. I was like, man, I'm far. I'm far away.
Is Maine the only time that's happened to you? Because I don't think
that's the only time I thought about it.
I never even had that thought.
I don't think I've ever been that far from Texas. I mean, since I've lived here. So yeah, I think.
I think now that you had that little, you need to go far as heck now.
What?
You need to test that boundary, that mental boundary you have in your mind.
Maybe. I just never thought about it until then. So I was curious if you had. I mean, you're far, far away. So.
No, I think it'd be different if it wasn't like they're pretty dang similar to us. Like if it was maybe a Latin country or something, and the government was a little bit more shaky, and barbecue was on his way to eat me. You know, I think I would feel pretty far. Like actually, you know what? In Nicaragua, I think I do faintly remember having like some. I'm kind of far right now. You know.
Yeah, I'm on my own here.
I think when I thought about that is actually when I was crossing the border. Because we walked.
Crawling through the brush. That's what you're gonna say.
When I was scaling the.
When I had my machete cutting through the brush, I was like, man, I'm on my own here.
No, when I was walking through the border, there was like from Costa Rica to Nicaragua. There was like.
You walked across the border?
Walked across. It was a weird feeling.
What?
With my suitcase, I was dragging on their like pebbles, like with my big group, and there's just 4 guys, 2 with sawed-off shotguns, and the other guys with AKs, and they're just there like, you bust a move right now, it's GG.
Whoa!
We don't play.
Really?
Yeah. So pull that passport out.
Like yeah, it's like I don't know. I'm picturing in my mind like the border between South Korea and North Korea, where it's like you gotta change soldiers. You're like walking with like Argentina or whatever you're at, and then or Nicaragua people, and then you're like cross the line, they stop, and you gotta go with these other guys. Oh,
well,
that'd be such a weird feeling.
It is a very weird feeling, especially because in Costa Rica is a little bit nicer than a lot of bit nicer than Nicaragua. And so you can see, like, it's almost like when you go from city road to county road, you can see how, like, nice everything is, and then it just, like, instantly drops off, like, at this line.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just, like, dirt. And
Bro, I've got something to show you later. So I was, like, ultra bored at work. Shocker. And I was just looking up on Google Earth, just, like, places.
Okay.
And then I was like, I wonder what Tanzania looked like. Because, I used to live there.
That's a good one. I
used to live there, and I was like, I vaguely remember the big city in Tanzania called Dar es Salaam. And so I look it up, and it's like, it is so strange, the infrastructure of, like, cities. Like, the city planning.
Okay.
It's so weird, because, in Texas and in the States, you have interstates that are connected to other larger highways and stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's all kind of, it has a pattern, like you've got the interstates that go east-west, interstates that go north-south. So, like, having that in my mind, and I went to look at it on Google Earth, it was like, there was just one road.
What?
One road that's like an interstate that went directly to Dar es Salaam. And then the rest, like, there's a couple of, I don't know, bigger city buildings, like, I guess you could call them skyscrapers in Dar es Salaam, that were closer to the beach.
Yeah.
But everything to the east was just, like, slums. And it would go on for, 100 miles.
Like, and those are, like, they have, like, kind of little roads for, like, motorcycles and stuff?
Yeah, it was dirt, but there was no structure. It was just, like, it looked like a spider web, and it would just go, and you keep scrolling, and it was just constant. And it was just like sheet metal, rusty sheet metal, and there's just slum building.
That's kind of so sick.
I was like, this is the craziest thing. I didn't remember that at all from when I was there.
That's like in Nicaragua, they had the addresses on their driver's license would literally say, like, our address would say 123 Main Street, blah blah blah, Texas.
Yeah.
Dude. They showed me on all their driver's licenses. This is how their postal gets delivered.
They showed you?
It would say, past the post office with a and a little bit down the road, there's a house with a red roof. That was how their addresses work. They don't have numbers. They literally just have descriptions of how to get to their house.
On their driver's license?
Yes, bro. On, like, their legal documents.
Do they not have zip codes?
No, they don't have any. It's just, like, a little bit past the,
That is crazy.
And so if you want to send them a letter, it's like, dude, better remember how to get to their house.
Yeah. For real. That's why they made zip codes, is because people before, the zip codes were invented in the 80s, I think.
Yeah.
And they would be like, the postman would just have to, like, know the area, know people, be like, hey, where does this go?
That's insane.
Which is a crazy thing.
Look at Mexico.
Hold on, bro, I'm about to show you this, dude. Okay, so this is Dar es Salaam, right? This is the one highway.
Yeah,
that goes into it.
There's no other highway.
And look, this isn't dirt, bro.
And it does a nice circle, though.
This is all houses. Look, so I'm gonna zoom in here.
Dang, how many people? This is a lot of people.
Look at this. This is people live in all of this.
And those
You
might
see
be
all
like
of these?
3 stories or something. They're just
Dude,
people living on top of each other.
And you just keep scrolling, and it just keeps going. Look,
dude, that is.
there's no major roads. It's just slum. And look, I'm gonna zoom out. And
It does actually look like a spider web.
And look, I know. It's just people just live here. And you can go.
I didn't realize how big it was.
Keep going and going. And then there's just like the bush, I guess. And there's, still people live here. It's
That's
crazy.
interesting that you remembered that because you were not that.
Well, I just remember
old.
being in Dar es Salaam and it looked like America, like in the inner city. See?
Yeah, and you were like, "Oh, dang."
Yeah, but I don't remember how we got there. I assume we took this road because this is like a major highway.
Scroll over to like Mexico. So a lot of cities have like different kinds of like grids and stuff, and America actually kind of has a loose grid. Dude,
I know what you're talking about.
Go to Mexico. They have the most square grid ever. Go to just like Mexico City or something.
What's that?
I don't know. Freaking Mexico somewhere.
Should be like right up in here, maybe. I don't know. Maybe zoom into Monterey. This is super interesting for the podcast listeners.
You can't see.
Dang. Okay. Maybe we'll look it up later.
Well, but Cairo has what you're talking about because I looked that up.
But they have
where it's just all squared off.
But it's like perfect. It's kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
New York has it. New York has like all their standard blocks and stuff. And that's like one thing that we don't even understand.
Talking about this?
Well, that one's even kind of like a little more messy.
Oh.
Like Mexico, it's like perfect lines.
Really?
Boom, boom, boom. And you can see it in New York. But that's like one thing I didn't even understand as a kid, like growing up. People would say, "Oh, that's like, that's like 4 blocks away," and I'd be like, "I don't even think I know what a block is," because I just get in the car and I drive somewhere.
A block got to be the easiest thing to know too.
Well, but it's
a
not.
Corner.
Yeah, but in Texas, they don't really work like that. Like blocks are kind of more like city blocks.
What's a city block?
A city block is like a street to a street, like a main street to a main street. So technically it is like a road corner, but a neighborhood block is kind of different than a city block. And so that always used to confuse me as a kid because people would talk about, "Oh, that's a block away. That'll be a 15-minute walk." And I'm like, dude, it takes me 1 minute to get, from my neighbor's house to the other neighbor's house that lives directly behind me.
Mm-hmm.
That's an observation from a...
I never had that issue. I thought a block was the easiest thing to learn in the roads on the street.
We all living in a different world, though, and it's weird to think that people have such different experiences in life. Like that dude in Dar es Salaam that has all that figured out in his head, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He's got all their roads. None of them have street signs, I'm sure.
No, definitely not.
He's like, "Hey, let me go."
He just knows things by visual memory.
Yeah, let me go over to Ricky's house.
Mm-hmm. Take a left, take another left, take 3
Ramp
rights.
somebody's house here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop when you hear the beehive.
Yeah, when the goat meows or whatever.
Oh man. Yeah, it's so much out there. So did you even get into what you're gonna say is different or the same? What did we go
Homeless
through?
people really struck me. The healthy people struck me.
So what was the same?
Anything else?
I don't think we've gotten there.
Huh?
What was the same?
It's just,
Similar. Do people speak English over there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Was it like
Netherlands is like Europe for beginners. Because...
Okay.
For like American beginners. Because essentially everybody speaks English. And when we went to Amsterdam, like it was more common for people to speak English than Dutch. So
Dutch is the national, or the what do you call that?
yeah, if you're from the Netherlands, you know how to speak Dutch, but also you definitely know how to speak English.
Mm-hmm.
Like 99% of people know how to speak English.
I'm glad we did that to everybody.
It's super sick.
Makes it so easy.
Well, I mean, you can hate on us, but also
You hate us.
everybody loves this language.
It's
Everybody's just having to learn it.
got to be the best one.
And
That's
so
interesting. Well, I noticed in like your wife's Be Reels that like street signs would be in Dutch and in English.
a couple of them, yeah, not all the time, but yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes they were just only in Dutch.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was probably one of the things that was more in.
But I guess
that was more confusing. Was
but
like
you don't even
streets.
have to worry about it because you're just riding trains everywhere.
Yeah, but sometimes the city names could be confusing because like they would just make more sense in English.
Okay.
Or like if you here's one thing that you don't think about in language. If you're English, you can like understand the abbreviation for street, you know, STRT or STR
It's ST.
or ST
That's what it is.
or whatever it is.
Yeah. RD road. Stuff
But
like
if
that.
you are in Dutch, bro, you have no idea what their abbreviation for street is, you know?
Because they don't have one or what?
Well, because you most likely don't understand, like, know what their little abbreviation is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Like, you don't understand what their ST is.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of times, it'd be kind of confusing because they'd just be abbreviating things. And it's your brain doesn't work like that. Unless you have a deep understanding of the language. Like, that's...
How do you... Wait, what do you mean, like speaking it? Because how do you speak an abbreviation?
I think you would just understand from like context, like
So-and-so
the
ST.
reason. Okay, if you just saw ST like laying in a room, you'd be like, "That's weird." I don't really know what to think about that. But if you saw wood fern or 123 wood fern ST, you'd be like, "That obviously means street." But your brain doesn't like if you're reading in Dutch, you don't have any context to this at all, and so abbreviations really don't make any sense to your brain. It's just like that's when you have to have like a deeper understanding of the language to pick up on the subtle things.
Yeah.
And that's what really will screw you up.
I gotcha. So you went to the red light district.
No.
Okay.
No, dude.
But you went to Amsterdam. I thought all of Amsterdam was just red lights.
No, dude. Amsterdam's pretty big.
Is it?
It's got like it's kind of funny. It almost like the red light district is almost like a.
How you know that?
It's in the because we were looking at it on Google Maps, seeing how far away it was.
Okay.
And it's actually almost like an island, but it's like in the middle of Amsterdam. But since there's like a lot of canals and stuff, it's got like bigger canals around it, so it's almost like an island.
The Forbidden Island.
And I was like, dude,
Epstein's Island before Epstein's Island.
it's such a I don't know, it's such a weird thing to just
Make an island for sin.
it's like
Designated Sin Island.
I don't know, it's just
Hmm.
it's a weird concept to just
Red light district.
yeah.
Or canals.
Or like I don't know, just replace it with anything. It's like have like an alcohol district or like a drugs district or like
Oh.
I don't know. It's like it's just like we're gonna prevent bad stuff from happening everywhere by only allowing it in a spot. So if you want to enjoy it, you have to go to like a spot, and then we can kind of keep like a closer eye on it and like make sure not too many people are getting AIDS.
We gotta keep it protected. Gotta keep it bordered off of the water.
Yeah, it's a weird. It's like if somebody
So if any drunk people try to leave, they just drown.
like Shane Gillis's joke about like the Special Olympics. It's like it's a cool thing that somebody came up with the Special Olympics, but the first guy to come up with the idea must have sounded kind of crazy. He's like, "So guys, what if we got them to race? You know, like what if we got autistic people to race?"
Like they thought it was a funny joke or what?
No, they didn't think it was a joke, but it's like to be the first person to have the idea, or like the first dude to get milk. Everybody's like, "How'd you get that?" That's kind of weird. Yeah, obviously we're pulling on a cow's udder.
I guess.
Like the guy to come up with the red light district, you're like, so you just want to make a big habitat for a big,
diversion
jungle.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
So what did you do? Did you just take pictures and walk around?
Walked around, ate a lot of food. The nice thing that we did was the museums. Like they have huge museums there that are like way bigger than any American museums that I've been to.
Nice architecture. Because I know you're really big into that.
They got nice architecture.
Like the museums, though?
Oh, yeah, the museums, like, are old buildings, and they look just insane. Like, they
art was good.
I mean, yeah, the art is... It's like, hard, because you've been to museums, right? Like...
A couple.
Have you, like, seen paintings and just been like, wow, that's awesome? It's like, you go there, and they have literally, I'm not exaggerating, like a 30-foot by 20-foot painting. And you're like,
yeah.
And it's just as good as the one you saw that was like 3 by 5. Yeah. And you're like, I don't even know how the guy had a big enough ladder or how he could even see all the stuff he was painting. And it's not like one of them. It's like hundreds of them.
Yeah. And
they're huge, and they're in all the buildings. And that
you're like, what can top this? And you walk around the corner, and it's being topped.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're like, this painting in front of me is like literally 600 years old, and it's just chilling. The one thing that was so hyped to see was they had the 2 huge Napoleon paintings, and it was like the classic picture of him as like the emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it was so sick.
Was it?
He was just, I mean...
Is he from Netherlands? Napoleon?
No, he's from France, but he conquered the Netherlands at some point.
He also conquered that museum.
Dude, that's a good thing you bring that up, because right next to the paintings was like a little kind of banner, you know, the band kids that they hold in front of all the instruments as they're marching with like their information. It was like Napoleon's banner for like world conquest.
Okay.
But it was like Napoleon, Emperor of Dutchland or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just thinking about it. I was like, dude, that was literally in somebody's hand as they were just wiping out Europe. That's like the most insane thought, that just like people were reading that sign and just knowing they're about to get absolutely plowed.
I know that they just read Napoleon, the first word, and they're like, oh, we're screwed. They didn't have to keep reading.
And the thing is, they could read it because they had like, you know, like the civil, like, or not civil, like very etiquette wars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're nice and formal.
Yeah, so they let each other take turns.
You just had to read this banner, and you're like, I'm about to get dogged down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so funny.
By Napoleon.
Yeah.
He's the only guy that knows how to aim a cannon.
So what do you call Netherlands people?
Dutch.
You just call them Dutch people?
Yeah.
They're not like Netherings?
No, you call them
Netherites?
like little Dutchers. Apparently.
Little Dutchers?
Did you little Dutchers? No. No, apparently I was trying to find some like slurs or just like what? Because
keep going, bro. Keep going.
I was just like,
save yourself right now.
I don't really know what people call the Dutch. Like, I've never heard anybody talk about them. And the first, I stopped at the first.
Such a crazy thing to have recorded. I was looking up some slurs.
I just wanted to know what people called them. Because you don't hear about Dutch people that often.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, because I don't know what you called Netherlands people.
And I was like, I stopped at the first one I saw because it was Keeskop, which means cheesehead.
And it's just Wisconsin.
And I was like, they do be eating cheese, bro. They got cheese on every block. So.
Really? So cheesehead is the only slur you've learned.
that was a slur. I stopped at that. I was like, I'm just gonna leave it at a wholesome one.
So funny, bro. Oh, so I have one more question. We already hit an hour, but
that's okay, dude. We can go long, dude. I'm feeling vibrations.
Okay, so have you heard of the term Dutch oven?
Why did I not do more research, bro?
Have you heard of that term?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ask anybody around there why is it called this? Like Dutch.
I think it's because of the actual pot that's like a Dutch oven. And
okay.
I don't think that
you don't think
I don't think dropping the Dutch oven was something that the Dutch people came up with. I don't think the cheese heads were laying cheese in the beds.
I just think Dutch oven's the funniest term for that.
Well, because do you know what a Dutch oven is?
Yeah, that's whenever you rip one and...
You know, like the object is?
No, I don't know.
It's
what's the point?
It's a hot pot that has a lid on it.
That's it?
So it's like a cast iron pot that has a lid
pot.
on it. But the thing is, it's like different from a normal pot because you leave the lid on it. So that's like when you bring the blanket over and you're really steaming it up in there.
Oh, okay.
It's like
that makes sense now. Okay.
So
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
think the Dutch people were just attacking their foes with blankets.
Oh, those cheeseheads, bro.
I mean, it doesn't make sense why they'd be farting though. Cheese, just eating dairy and carbs, just fat carbs all day long. I mean, you gotta be, especially biking, dude. That much hip rotation.
I guess.
You must be just,
That much butt movement.
dude. I did see 2 sick rollerbladers. That was nice.
On brick?
Yeah,
Man,
going hard. Skating.
That's scary. I barely walk on brick.
But
No.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're just like us. You know, they're people too.
Just half of them are homeless.
Just half of them are homeless.
You know.
Well, they're not home.
I'm doing better
homeless.
than half of the Dutch right now.
They're homed, but they just have a
It's not theirs,
not exactly an independent situation.
I guess. So does your wife like it? She enjoy it?
Yeah, I think
She want to live there?
I think she enjoyed it. I honestly don't know.
So you didn't go outside the country though?
No, we thought about going to Germany, but I honestly, this one's on me, Chief. I'll admit, you know, guilt.
Scared.
I told her before we went on the trip because she was looking at trains to like Paris and Germany because they're an hour away, and I was like, I would kind of rather do a country and not have to worry about like, you know, getting screwed over in France or something, and like
Bad idea.
not have to worry about all the logistics and stuff. I don't know. I just didn't want to go there and like get stuck in France and then be super screwed. And
Stuck in France? How would you get stuck in France?
I don't know. Just going through borders was kind of like just giving me a little bit of. I was being anxious about that.
Shout out America, dude. Shout out America having states. That's such a good idea.
States are pretty sick, dude. I don't know why more people don't do them.
Not having borders and have to worry
Provinces
about
are
that.
stupid because it just sounds stupid.
Like, why have 7 massive states
Yeah.
with nothing in it?
Have 50 states.
But one city.
50 is a perfect number.
Yep.
Everybody kind of can go where they want to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, the good thing about America is you don't have to leave America to see.
Like everything.
I mean, we have so many
The
different
most
kinds of stuff.
diverse landscapes in the world.
Best national parks. What up, dude? If you want to argue, come fight me, dude. I'll shove your face in Yosemite, dog. I'll let you taste the geyser.
Yes, sir.
But is there anything else different going on there?
In Europe?
I'm trying to think.
Did you see any of the, like, you know, double-decker red buses that are kind of popular?
That would be London.
In London?
That would be London. No, dude.
I don't know if they're anywhere else.
They're doing metro there. They're doing metro bus.
Metro bus.
No double deckers.
Okay.
Kind of honestly.
Any phone booths? Is that still London? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yeah, no phone booths. Actually, not a lot of people like just kind of.
Meandering?
I feel like there was less people on their phone too, which is weird.
Come on, bro.
I know.
You're just romanticizing it now.
I don't know if I am or not, but like
Is TikTok banned there?
I don't think so.
That might be a reason. Oh, you want to talk about that? TikTok being banned? Eventually? Hopefully?
Well,
Maybe.
Is it hopefully?
I hope so.
Is it though?
Yeah,
Because that's the ultimate debate.
It takes up so much of my time, bro.
Just delete it. Okay, but should our government ban an app?
Yes.
Why?
It's Chinese spyware. Yes, they should ban it.
But the legal part of the bill says any, what's it called? Internet. What's the word for it?
I don't know.
Server. Any kind of. It doesn't say the legal information doesn't say app. Like if you want to, you can go read it. It says any, essentially website or server, information server that they don't approve of, which is a scary bill to pass. or that as they not that they don't approve of, but as they see as a threat. It's like a threat to what, dude? COVID was a threat, so you're gonna take down every website that has something against it. So it's like you really gotta pick your poisons, dude. Do you wanna ban TikTok and then?
I didn't see any of that fine print stuff. I just know the generalized.
Well, who does, dude? Who freaking sees the fine print? They're sneaking it in here.
You?
No, I don't.
How do you?
You know, the bad part is, if you want to see the fine print, you have to be a slave to like freaking, reading and scrolling through all the crap to try to see
the terms and agreements.
Yes, see the terms and agreements.
Well, I think I'm in favor.
So knowing that, you would still give them that
power?
power?
No, I'm just in generalization. In general, I think banning TikTok from America would be a good thing.
If the bill was simply ban TikTok,
I don't know.
I'd be like, yes.
This isn't factual. I haven't seen what you're talking about. You don't know exactly what it said, so.
If the bill was just ban TikTok, I would say yes. Now, if what I said is true, and this gives them a whole lot more power,
like they're trying to open up a back door to something else.
Would you still say yes?
I don't know. I have to look into it. Gut reaction says yes because
you give them that power.
I would give them that power because it has to go through the checks and balances of our government. I would have to pass a House, then have to pass a Senate, and have to go through all that. Which I'm shocked that this TikTok ban has gone this far. It's got bipartisan support from both sides, so I think it's a good thing.
Well, when there is bipartisan support, then you got to be like, dude, now it's really scary.
Yeah.
How much?
What are they cooking back there?
How much money they got pulling into this?
Well, I think the dilemma. It's not even a dilemma. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but the government's like needs to separate itself from China. TikTok does. So from ByteDance, I think is the company. So it needs to separate itself from that. So once it does, that means they have to sell, right? And so that means somebody else can buy it.
Yeah.
And all these other companies are just swarming to come get TikTok for America. So I don't know if it's necessarily going away.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not being owned by Chinese government in America.
Yeah, the bill would not make it have to go away. It would just make it have to be not owned by the CCP.
Yeah, so I don't even know if banning TikTok, quote unquote, is the right terminology to use.
What is your? I'm curious because it's been a while since I've been on TikTok. How's your experience? Like, when you come off of TikTok, how do you feel?
When I come off of it?
Like, when you get done with the session of TikTok, how do you feel about yourself?
Depends on how long I've been on it. It's literally the perfect algorithm personalized for whoever uses it.
It always gives you hitters.
Always. And it's like, I hate it, but I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate it because, like, I know that it's giving me what I want.
Yeah.
So if I'm scrolling and I see something, and I, like, happen to miss something while I scrolled, and I go back up, it remembers that. So it remembers that I went back up to watch this certain thing, and I'll get on it the next day, and there's more of that thing that I scrolled back up on.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. This is why I want it to be banned, bro. It's like a total waste of time, but there are some pretty hilarious videos on there.
Do you think part of the reason why you'd be afraid to, like, delete it is FOMO?
A little bit. I mean, like, to give an example, I don't know if it's FOMO more than just, like, finding funny memes of current events.
Yeah.
Because, like, when Dune 2 came out, I was sending Dune 2 memes to people all the time because I thought it was hilarious.
I love this movie.
Yeah, and it's just, like, stuff like that. Because fear of missing out, I don't think that's a problem.
Well, the reason why I asked this is because I was listening to, like, I don't know, some doctor guy on Joe Rogan, and he was talking about, he was very anti-social media, and he was saying one of the things that they would ask people in the clinical kind of test is they would ask him, "Hey, would you delete social media if you knew it was bad for you?" And a lot of people were like, "No." And then they would ask the question again. They would say, "Hey, would you delete social media if it was bad for you, knowing that everyone else also has to?" And they'd say, "Oh yeah, no problem," because it took a part of the fear that they had was some FOMO. It's like if they weren't on social media,
The social aspect.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to engage. They wouldn't, I love inside jokes. I'd love to be a part of one someday.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
just watch the episode today.
Yeah, they'd be like,
yeah.
And so I was like, dang, that is also really interesting. Is like,
Yeah.
part of the hold is like you don't want to be out of whatever the loop is.
Yeah.
And it's so.
I'm not. I would say that I would have a bigger fear of deleting Instagram because that's kind of my main social app.
Yeah.
I would have fear of missing out on that.
Yeah.
Because TikTok, I don't really even follow my friends on it or anything. I just send them stuff. Right?
Yeah.
And they don't post much. I don't post anything. So it's
Yeah.
not like I'm missing out on
Sometimes
things in
you throw
there.
that booty back. Sometimes you post a little twerk alert.
Me?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You see my drafts?
His drafts are crazy.
But yeah, like Instagram, totally. But I was gonna ask you, you deleted everything for a while, didn't you?
Yeah.
How long?
I don't know, maybe 6 months or something.
So that's a long time. How was that?
It was probably a lot better.
50 words or less.
It's probably a lot better. I think that.
What'd you do?
I think.
Did you find yourself?
No, actually, the one thing that I did is I became. I kind of cheated because the one social media I still had
YouTube?
that I abused was YouTube. So I filled a lot of the gap with YouTube, but guess what, dude? It's also right at the same time as YouTube Shorts.
Oh.
So it was like
The same thing.
But the thing is, it was
TikTok.
also a little bit different.
No.
Because YouTube Shorts, I could curate to be basically only, I don't know, nerd stuff. Here's me filleting a fish. Me, I don't know. I watch just random stuff
Okay.
welding videos and stuff like that.
I guess.
Which informational videos, which is I don't know.
Did you? Trying to think. Did you have any withdrawals? Was it hard?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely was the first, I don't know, weeks or so. I would definitely go to my phone and even swipe to where Instagram or something might be, and then it's just
muscle memory, ooh.
and it's just not there, and you're
That's very weird.
And at that time, you really feel that's when I definitely felt a lot of FOMO. It would, and I remember a lot of times, my friends would say they sent me something, and that's when I was oh my gosh, I could feel my skin crawling, which is gross, to think that it had that kind of a.
Yeah, because you're man, I want to be in the loop.
Yeah,
they took time out of their day to send me something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's
that would bug me.
I don't know. It also just felt weird, is because I do actually enjoy I don't know. I do enjoy posting a story and saying yo, just I don't know, just got these sick brisket tacos.
But
I don't know.
But who cares?
Sometimes I only post stuff that I think if I saw it, I'd be oh, that's interesting. I should go try that. You know.
Okay. I just know that
Or I post clips of Andrew Tate.
You're
saying.
I know when you were off Instagram, your thumb was muscle memory, double tapping the screen.
Yeah, dude, I was.
You're a chronic double tapper.
I was
bro.
going through my photo library, double tapping my own photo. My own photos. Man.
Your own photos.
I was it's not working, dude.
You just go through your camera roll just to
This
see
is
something.
literally the longest freaking profile ever.
It's the longest feed of my life. Oh, that's funny.
But you get over it. I mean, you definitely.
Yeah.
It just takes a while. I would say you should. I think you should tell the honkies that you're going to give up TikTok, or something. I don't know. Maybe not.
Whoa. Hold up, we have a TikTok.
I know. I thought about that as I said it, so I kind of backtracked.
Did you tell anybody that you were just gonna get off it? Because you didn't even tell me. Like, I just remember sending you stuff and you just didn't say anything. You know, I was like, oh.
I thought I told you.
I don't know about that. I think announcing that you're getting off social media is kind of whack. Like, nobody likes it.
I think I definitely did. I think I said, well, I sent out like a story like, hey, don't send me stuff. If I'm not going to respond to stuff.
I mean, that's fine. I'm just saying like a post. Just being like, attention everybody, I'm leaving.
No, I just had a story like, hey, I'm literally not going to respond to what you're saying.
Okay. I think that's fine.
So.
Maybe add that to like your story collections, you know, on your profile so people see that as well. Just thinking ahead.
Oh, true.
You know?
Now I'm going to do a post now.
Yeah.
I'm going to let people know I'm not
Guess who's back?
I think that, honestly.
I mean, I got rid of Twitter. I don't have Twitter anymore. Or Snapchat. I'm good now.
Yeah.
Chilling.
I don't know. I fight the constant battle because I just don't know about the other apps. Like, I feel like if I'm not on X, then I just don't know who could be controlling what I see. It's like, I don't know, it just feels...
Another topic for another day. We gotta wrap it up.
I think we should end with a little bit of Dune 2, bro. Because I definitely... I had one thing that I definitely want to know.
You had a religious experience, didn't you?
It was nice, bro.
It was such a good movie.
It was a great movie.
Fantastic.
I definitely understood the second movie. I still have no idea what the first movie was
about.
about.
That's so crazy. I've heard so many people say that, and I don't know how you don't understand the first one.
I think, honestly, they were talking more clearly.
In the
like,
second?
I have bad ears already.
In the second movie, they're talking clearly?
Yes. I think on the first movie, I literally just could not understand what they were saying.
Okay.
Like, they were doing their accents and all that.
You had a question?
Yes, bro.
What's your question?
It is so sick that he's... What is it? Lisan al-Gaib.
Oh, he's like all 7 of those
Lisan
things?
al-Gaib.
Lisan al-Gaib. He's Muad'Dib. He's Usul. He's Paul.
Usul.
He's
Paul.
the Duke of Arrakis.
But the thing is...
Duke of Atreides.
The best one in there is Muad'Dib. You know why? That's a freaking... his war name. And I'd say, we need war names, bruh.
That'd be so sick, huh?
What are our war names?
We still have those. Oh, you mean just us personally?
Yes, bro.
Ooh, oh. I think we should let the viewers decide.
Should the viewers give us war names?
I think so. We should make a poll or something on Instagram.
Also, remember, Muad'Dib means tiny desert jumping mouse.
Yeah, so please, please go easy on us.
I want to be big.
What? I'm gonna look up some slurs.
Big sphincter rhino or something. I don't know. I want to be something cool.
Third-legged elephant.
Tripod.
Or fifth-legged elephant. Yeah. But it can't be like an English thing, can it?
I think it can be anything you want, dude. But I think
chair.
America as a whole needs war names.
We do. I mean, we do.
Maybe that's why all these people are like, oh, I'm a woman. My name is... my name used to be Alex, now I'm Alexa, or whatever. I think people are just craving war names.
They have war names, though.
What?
In the military? They give you nicknames.
Yeah, but that's only in the military. I think everybody needs war names.
Well,
I think
not everybody's going to war.
No, dude, I think if you're at HEB and you get a sassy black woman at the register, I think you need to be able to fire back, say, hey, you're talking to...
Hey, I'm Rhino Sphincter. Come to the wrong area of the store.
You're talking to Big Bass right now, and I'm about to lose it. Okay, lady, put the celery in the bag. And so, I think we need some war names.
You're talking to Gummy Worm right now. Put it away.
You're talking to Stiff Gummy Worm right now, and it's you're talking to Moldy Cashew right now. You need to straighten the freak out.
You're talking to Dutch Oven right now. Oh, yeah. You should let us know in the comments or wherever what our war name should be.
Check out our merch and our Discord. It's been a while since I mentioned the Discord. Yeah, join and ask us questions there.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And the Patreon.com/HonksHonkies. $1 a month will get you whatever you want. It'll get you success, prosperity, and lifelong happiness.
And war names. You give us war names, we'll give you war names. How about that?
If you pick if you go on Patreon and say war name, we have to use it. And that's all,
we didn't
folks.
agree to this.
Honks out.
Honks out.
Honk.